give it up one more time for the cast of the Lightning Thief.
Before we begin the third act of The Lightning Thief.
Yes!
In other words, actors, get in here!
Hey, make sure you say cheese!
Thank you for coming to Lightning Thief.
Thank you, Mr. Baxter. Let's give it up one more time for the band. Take a bow, Jackie. Take a bow. And our amazing tech crew up there. So you guys waited until closing night to come see the Lightning Thief. So we have a few traditions on closing night, but if you just came, for closing night, I'll warn you that these traditions, it might take 20 to 30 minutes, this next thing that's about to happen. So if you're not an alumni or a teacher or a parent, and you just came to see a good show, you might want to head for the exits right now. But
Keep it a minute. Just keep it a minute, please.
Yeah. Anybody leaving? Yeah, Miss Jaggy's out here. Yeah. Bye, Isaac. Thanks for coming.
What? You guys were amazing!
Hot teacher, Jaggy!
Anybody else? This is your last chance. Well, you can host.
Give it up for the cheerleaders on the stage!
All right, so what we do is for the seniors, and there's several seniors in the cast and the band and the crew, we give them a rose for their 4 years of participation in the show. Here, Evelyn, can you hold these? Not for you, though. But first, actually, this is an unusual year. Because this senior class started their freshman year having a great time, and then there was an interruption. But now they're back, which is great, and able to perform for you. But before I do the seniors, I actually did want to say a word about the alumni. I mentioned my student, Damo. Where are you, Damo? Okay, so clap for Damo. What year did you graduate? 2013, she graduated. Went on to Berkeley, good job. She's there with her son, good job. So could I see, please, if you're the class of 2019 or earlier, could you stand up? Class of 2019 or earlier alumni. Who is that? Who are you? Joanna, you're 2019? Yeah. And who else is standing? You higher up. Right? So, and Ignacio and Adrian. So they were the last class to graduate in person. So 2019, clap for them. So then after that, we had the class of 2020. We remember what that was like. So the class of 2020 did get their rose because we brought the roses to them, but they did not get their applause. So class of 2020. Yeah, John Marco 2020. Anybody else? Yeah, so that was 2020. And Jessica. Oh, yes, Jessica! 2021. So they graduated in person, but they got to do a virtual show with Mr. Deckman and Miss Lorenz, but they did not get applause. So class of 2021, stand up. That's Tim. Anybody else class of 2021? Okay. So, alumni, we love you, and it's great that you keep coming back. We really appreciate it. And lastly, we couldn't do what we do without the support of all the mothers out there. So let's all of us clap for our mothers, wherever they are. Yeah, as they say, to the moms wherever they are. Yeah. Okay, so this will be the first rose. So this person is actually not on stage, but she is here, and she has been in theater for 4 years. This person was in my class freshman year, and then she was in my class in 10th grade. And in 10th grade, a lot of these guys were in my 10th grade class. We did a monologue called Around ArTES Altar. So every time I say 10th grade, I want everyone to say Around ArTES Altar. Ready, go. Around ArTES Altar. Okay. She did that. She advanced at D-Task, which is very unusual. She was in studio musical. She was on track for theater company, but then she went to leadership, which is okay, Miss Evans. People do that. They go to leadership. So she couldn't be in theater company, but she still ran the improv club. And then, during COVID, she came back and did D-Task again virtually, and did Fullerton this year virtually, and continued to run improv clubs. So, for 4 years in theater, I want to give Leslie Rivera a raise. I'm up here. And a hug from Evan. There you go. Now you see that? Because you did 4 years in theater. This next person is also not on stage, I don't think, but she also has been 4 years in theater. She was in intro, she was in 10th grade. Around ArTES Altar. And then she became the assistant director during COVID, so Mr. Deckman and Miss Lorenz know her, and got us through all of that on COVID once on this island, and then was the assistant director in real life, and she's still here tonight, and she's going to prom with Jackie Garcia. Where's Natalie? Here's Natalie. Another hug from Evan. You can see Natalie. You have to stay here now. Where's Leslie? No, Leslie, you have to stay here for the whole half hour. This next person is also not on stage, but this person was actually in theater company. So she was in intro, she was in 10th grade. She was in studio musical with a lot of these guys, including Leslie. She was actually in theater company, like I said, did mixtape, she was in freaking D-Task Urinetown, which advanced to D-Task. Then she was cast as Little Sally in actual Urinetown, and then COVID. So she didn't get to perform Urinetown, but now, and so then she transitioned to stage manager. Now she's our stage manager. Jade, come down here. She was a particularly great stage manager. Yahaira was a stage manager, so she knows it's a tough job. But you know it's a good stage manager. We were talking to some of the techies about what they were working on, and they said, well, I just don't want Jade to yell at me. So, good job, Jade. Okay, now we're going to go on to actual performers. with the length of time that I've known them. So this person, it's their first show. This person is a senior. They're graduating, which is very exciting. But they just decided to do this show, and they were great as Poseidon. That's Isaac Reyes. Great job. This next person has been in theater company all year, but it's his first year at ArTES, and I'm so glad he decided to come here. He was in Mixtape doing amazing stuff. He was in our D-Task Hadestown playing Hades. And I'm just really glad he decided to come to this school because you were so great as Luke. Give it up for Everett.
I would like to thank Miss Stephanie Evans and Allison Koenig for being in the audience today. Thank you.
We only have half an hour. Should I skip the next one? I'll just skip to the end? Okay. I'll just make this next one short. This person has been here for 4 years, but she also had a little break. You know, I'm proud of all of my students, but this person really makes me proud that she's graduating from ArTES because she started off in intro. I think she was in 10th grade. I'm pretty sure she was. But then she had to take a break, and so she was not in theater company, but she was in Studio Musical, and then she decided to come back, and according to her, she came back for theater so that she could be in theater and be on stage in front of you guys right now. And so then she was in the online Once on This Island, she was in Mixtape, and now she's killing it as Katie Gardner. That's Elisha Moore. Was that too long? This person has been in here for 4 years. Intro, 10th grade. Studio Musical with Catherine, Leslie, and Jade, and all of these other people. Did a great number from Rent with Catherine, I remember. And then was in Studio Musical again, and then COVID. Didn't get to finish. But then joined theater company during COVID. Was in our D-Task Death Note. I forgot about D-Task Death Note. And Legally Blonde. Not in Once on This Island, but came back and was in D-Task Hadestown. Was a real highlight of the Mixtape performing Carnaval de Barrio with all of us. Was great. And then obviously on Mother's Day, the mom, Sally, is a leading appearance. Also, like Jade, a hell of a techie. She's a great techie, always helping me. And band. And by the way, this is my last one, but then Dr. Brown has to give some roses and Dr. Og has to give some roses, so settle in. This person has been with me for 4 years, since 9th grade, was in improv club, was in 10th grade. You got it. Was in Studio Musical, then moved into theater company, was in Broadway the Mixtape 3 and 4, was part of the D-Task here in town that advanced with Jade, was Beryl in actual Year in Town, Lock, Stock, and Barrel, she was Beryl, and then COVID. But came back and I've never had a student do this. Lucy directed the D-Task here in town that advanced. Catherine actually has directed 2 D-Task things. She directed Death Note and Hadestown. And that. She's had an incredibly rough year, but is graduating and going on to UC San Diego. And her mother has basically been in the hospital the entire year, but not only did she never miss a day of school, she never missed a day of rehearsal the whole time. And I'm really appreciative of that. And you're really incredible, Catherine. So come get your rose. The class of 2022. Dr. Brown.
Okay, just a couple. How do you go after Catherine Fulcher? That's good. Okay. Sorry. This is. All right. Thank you. Okay. Just a couple. That were here. It's I thought of bringing them up as a group at the beginning of the year, coming off of COVID. The theme for the band and the marching band was humility, not to be confused with humiliation or anything like that. Very different. Looked up humility, a modest view of one's own importance, humbleness, and. Along with our alumni and the core seniors that we had this year, a lot of people made the band happen. No one person made the band happen. Start with Jackie. When the wheels are turning in my head thinking of Jackie, I'll think of an instinctual and very good intuition in how to just naturally play things right. Let's see, excellent musicianship. This Jackie. Brains, flexibility, always projects a positive, I don't know how, but always projects just joy and happiness and lifts the morale, really, of everybody that's around her. So she's going to Cal State Channel Islands. So come on up, Jackie. And absolutely laid it down like a champ back there for pretty much. Okay, next I'll try and move this on. Is Cody DeMamba. This was hard. If you guys, it's hard to articulate the level of sacrifice. This is an advanced musician, and most of the musicians and there's a lot of freshmen that are just starting on the instrument. And he stayed in the group and essentially led them, taught them. He's not getting paid. But that's humility. I never got any sense, I don't know how he does it. I get all whatever cocky and whatever, but he doesn't. But he's an advanced instrumentalist, advanced academic. Let's see. He delivers whatever I ask for, and I ask for a lot. He's going to UCLA and take Jackie is majoring in nursing.
Dr. Ong, Dr. Ong.
Hey, Mr. Brady, I appreciate the honor, but I need to ask you to give honor to me, and I would greatly appreciate it. I have to kind of stay up here for technical things. I made up the last part.
I can't understand anything you're saying.
Yeah, can you do the honors for me, Mr. Brody? I appreciate if you can do that for me.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So, well, okay. So one of these people is these two because I already said a lot of things about her. But so, like I mentioned, Jade was very active in theater company, an amazing performer, an amazing actor. And you know, during COVID, everyone had their struggles, and Jade had her struggles. So when we came back, she said that she wanted to be the stage manager, and like I said, was just an amazing stage manager on mixtape, and an amazing stage manager on this show as well. So please clap for Jade. Okay, this next person, his sister's here, so that's exciting, is the lighting designer. And, you know, started out freshman year. I just love the techies. I love to see them, like, they watch each other, they learn from each other. They're all up there. They're right here talking right now, learning from each other. So Adrian and Gianmarco and Ignacio are over there, and Yahaira. They all just learn from each other, and this guy just learned from them, and there's people learning from him right now. But his I'm sure you'll agree, his lighting design for this show was phenomenal. Please clap for Justin. Justin, you get the road. There you go. All right. And now you have the road. All right. And then this last techie has been 4 years in the program. Okay. This next one, 4 years in the program. I'm kind of making this up, Dr. Ron, because I'm not sure of all the details, but she was 4 years in the program, was also in the theater program, and helped us out a lot with the props for this show, and was the second assistant stage manager, right? For this show, and that's Mirabelle. Mirabelle. Yeah, and then this last person, I actually had this person in my theater class for a minute, but I couldn't tell because I could never hear her. I didn't even know if she could talk. So she's a perfect techie. She's a perfect techie because she's very quiet. She's very quiet, but she's always working behind the scenes to make sure stuff happens seamlessly, which is really the mark of a good techie, and that's Daviana. That's right, there is one more, who I also mentioned, right, there's Jade and Alina, the performer techies. So, Jade, a performer and a techie, and Alina, a performer and a techie. There were several rehearsals when some of the other techies weren't here, and so Alina had to step in on the soundboard and really saved us several times. So, give it up for Alina. Yes. Okay, yes. So thank you very much for coming out. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.